me actually on this because it's quite windy and I've got my earphones in, so I'm hoping it picks up the sound. But I just thought I'd just show you a little bit on this lad who's arrived with us. This is Banjo. I am just zooming in across the field, so sorry you can't see him too closely. And actually you can't just grasp what a beautiful stamp of a cob he is, because he's been out in the field this morning for a couple of hours, so it's a bit mucky. But Banjo arrived with us a couple of days ago. He's come from his lifelong home, still owned by his owner, and at the minute it's up in the air as to whether Banjo will be available for a new home or not. He's currently just with us to do a little bit of work. The reason that Nick's long reining him is he's actually been, the last time he worked was September, but he's actually a ride and drive, guys. He's done probably a bit more driving than he has done riding, but he is a ride and drive, so he does ride. But he was last driven September, and last summer he was driven rather than ridden. So what we're going to do is obviously just doing a little bit of groundwork with him before we start riding him. He won't be driven with us because, as many of you know, driving's not something that we do, but I have got videos of him driving. He looks a cracking little driver. And what's going to happen is his owner is going to make the decision whether she parts with him or not. I mean, it's very, very difficult to make these decisions. He was born at his long-term home, and his owner actually saved his mom from the meat man. He was on the meat wagon from auction, his mum was, and once his owner spotted the belly moving, she did ask, you know, what was going to happen. The man made no bones from telling her that they would no longer, you know, that the mare would no longer be with us by the next day. So his owner actually bought his mum, had no idea what the foal would be, and we ended up with Banjo. You can get a good idea of his size actually compared to Nicky there with him. He's such a well-built cob. He's like a little tank. He really is a little tank. So he's got to be a good 14 hands, but to be honest, there's so much of him, it probably takes up your leg more than most 14-2s, if I'm completely honest. You can probably get a bit of an idea there. We've got a technicality malfunction there with the reins, because the clip on the lunge line, the other lunge line, doesn't work. So Nick's just made her own makeshift second rein there, so yeah. But this is good, you know. At the minute what we're doing is, I mean, he's got his tack on and you could just jump on him, that's not a problem. The reason we're doing this is more so, obviously he's spent the last however months just chilling, doing his own thing. He's totally out of work minded, and so we do this just to start doing a bit of groundwork with them, and just to start to engage the brain a little bit more. And obviously because he has come from the same home, it's a big adventure and everything's new. Having said that, you never know. He is set up beautifully. He's been living out with his owner, but he's been living in with us. This morning was his first time turned out. He had his first day in yesterday. Today, as I say, he's been for a couple of hours in the field. He's actually been out with Kyle's Rick, and they're like best of friends already. But yeah, he's been absolutely golden. Wait till you see him bathed up with some photos. He's absolutely stunning. Like, he's just the most beautiful stamp of a cob. And I would even say he's probably show quality. He really is a good looking cob, and he's quite active, as you can see. He's happily going forward from the long reins. Obviously that's from his driving. He drives. Sorry guys, call just came through. So yeah, where was I up to? Yeah, he because he's done a lot of driving, and he was broken correctly when he was broke to drive, so he's very much responsive to the long reins. He's been used to, when he was broke to drive, he was dragging chains behind him, all sorts, so he'll be definitely used to this. Okay, so I'm just going to do a sort of bit of a daily vlog on Banjo, so you can just see him. His owner, oh, I don't know if you can hear this because of the wind. His owner is going to be open to parting with him, but home is absolutely paramount for this horse, absolutely essential. It goes without saying, you know, he will not be available to any home unless you know, the home is suitable and can offer him the home that he deserves, as with them all, but you know, his owner is super attached to him. He's got a cute little story behind him. So this is our Banjo. Keep an eye on him and our daily vlogs. Oh, what a good boy. See how good he is there. Because we will start to do this and obviously start to ride him as well. Okay guys, thank you.